What's going on? I'm doing excellent. About yourself? I call my brother son because he shine like one. Please believe, but it's shining because I got a little light above there. Know what I mean? New game, new game. What's the drill? New game. Remember, this is for my old heads, man. Remember we used to have 8 tracks? Not that was like way, way back, like with our parents. But we came up on that. 8 tracks in the car, cassettes in the car. Remember headphones? I mean, not headphones, Walkmans. Remember? We used to have the big bulky joint with the cassettes you put in there, press play, stop, pause, all that. And then you had the headphones with the foam joints on there. You basically had to turn that joint crazy up loud so that you could hear it. Remember those joints? Remember the phones that we used to have? The punching in the dial phones, the rotary phones, where we used to turn the dial. Remember we used to have pay phones. I think back in New York they still got pay phones back on the corner, but remember we used to do pay phones. Remember beepers, all of that stuff. Remember all those things. And even further back, man, remembering all of that stuff. And now we got new age stuff. We got stuff that basically it's been condensed. Your phone can do pretty much everything. It can do all those things in one. And you know the problem that starts to develop is we start to get these conspiracy theories in our head. And we start thinking about, it's the elite. It's folks that are trying to control and spying down on people and all this other stuff. And I'm not going to say that some of that stuff is probably not true. But when it's all said and done, when you think back, it's evolution. Everything evolves, man. And as humans, because we have a brain and we're constantly getting information, we evolve. We create. We imagine. So all those things I named off that we had in the past, those things changed, and it was going to be inevitable that sooner or later we were going to figure out how to condense it. Remember when we had tube TVs? Remember that you had to turn the dial to turn 1 through 12 or 14 or whatever? Remember that? And then you came with the remote controls, and then you started coming with the big, the TVs that we have now. It's evolution, man. And I remember talking to this young lady on Twitter, and I remember talking to her about artificial intelligence. And I was like, man, I'm a little leery about artificial intelligence, and I still am. Because I'm like, yo, that type of technology, man, just a few years ago, Facebook couldn't control these cats, and these cats started talking a different language. And they couldn't control it. And the language actually was a functioning language. So that's some scary stuff when you created something and you can't figure out what the language is, but they can. Man, these freaking artificial intelligence start running stuff like Terminator and all that other stuff that you see in the movies. And I remember talking to her about that, and she was like, yo, listen, can't be fearful, man. You got to grip the future of all this stuff. So just like our parents and people, our grandparents and great-great-grandparents way back when they started off with all kind of other technology, and then they look at our stuff and they're like, man, that stuff doesn't make any sense, but it's functioning. It's just evolution. Try not to get caught up with the conspiracy theories of who's trying to control what and all this other stuff, because you wind up being paranoid. Man, to get information, get people's information. I mean, that comes in many forms. It don't matter whether you have your phone, whether you have your job, whether they leak your information. All that stuff is still out there. So there's only but so much that you can do. But what you can do is you can embrace the technology and try to utilize it for yourself and utilize it for whatever it is that you are trying to create or you're trying to envision for yourself. Because you fast forward some more years from now, it's going to be some stuff that is completely obsolete. And we're going to be like, wow, shoot, we thought this was top-notch stuff. And we on a different level. It's just evolution, man. That's all it is. It's not all of this other stuff that folks are talking about. Like I said, there may be some truth to it, but try your best to not get caught up on that whole conspiracy thing, because you got to live your life. Because all these people that have been saying the same stuff about elites and this and that and all this other stuff that's going on, what's happened? What's happened to change their life? What has happened individually to change their life is what I'm saying. They talk all this stuff and say all these different things that people are, oh, this person's controlling this, that, and all. How did it change your life? Your individual life? Don't talk about like how somehow it's going to change things. Talk about how did it change your life now? If it hasn't changed your life, so what are you talking about? You get caught up. You get caught up in whatever they feel as far as what they say, the Matrix or whatever. You get caught up in this whole different thing and you start bugging out and wondering and guessing and questioning and all this other stuff, man. And that's not no way to live, man. Just accept that life is the way it is. What we see is what's in front of us, the evolution that we have, how we upgrade, all the different things that enter into our life. It is what it is, man. It is. And it's what you do with it that makes the difference. All right? So on that note, I'm going to bid you all a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, a good whatever. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Say please. Say thank you. Smile. Laugh each and every day. I'm going to catch y'all on the next note. Peace out.